guys, I am back with a mini project, yay! I was really excited to do this. I think I've mentioned this before. I get a lot of questions from people like, how do you start on a project when you feel like overwhelmed or just too stressed to begin, or you just haven't done any organizing in a long time and you just need to get back into getting your house in order, but it feels really challenging and overwhelming and it's hard to start. I think that's a very common experience. I totally feel the same way. I have the same feelings just like anybody else. And I have, been traveling a lot the past year. I haven't had a lot of time to work on a lot of bigger projects, as you probably know from my organization. Project, like calendar, was pretty small last year. I did a lot of travel related videos. The basement utility room was like my really big project in the fall. I'm so happy I did that. It was a big undertaking, but it was so worth it. But I've been wanting to get back into some projects around the house, specifically kind of like intense, larger things for me personally to tackle, and it feels a little overwhelming because it's been a while with all the traveling and the holidays recently. I'm just not in the groove. So what I do when I need to really get back on track, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, is I tackle a really small sort of mini project. I like to aim for an area that the impact of my organizational efforts will have immediate effect. So like a high traffic area. So my kitchen junk drawer, my purse, my mini office in a box in the kitchen, the office in a bin, bathroom drawers, that sort of thing. So this time around I decided to tackle the two top drawers in my bedside table, which I've actually never actually organized. They've just kind of been jumbled with stuff. And it's like journals and lotions and notepads and things like that. I mean, things that I want to reach for when I'm sitting in bed. So I thought I would share my mini project with you. I'm going to jump right in. I show you everything from before, the things that I purchased or things I had on hand that I used, to the after. And so I'm going to show you guys now. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you at the end. This is the bedside table on my side of the bed. Here's, as you can see, Winnie's crate is on the left there. And I use the bottom two drawers to store my bathing suits and cover-up sorts of things. I showed that in my bedroom drawer organization video a while ago. It has not changed since then. The top two drawers, however, I use kind of for personal, nighttime necessities, such as lotion and things of that nature, and it is kind of a mess. These sort of turned into junk drawers because I never put any organization into them, and unlike my clothing drawers where the clothes kind of don't need separators to be organized, things kind of do. You do well when you have drawer organizers. So you can see it's just sort of a jumbled mess, and a lot of it, I probably at least half of this stuff is expired or empty, not empty, but mostly empty, mainly things I need to toss or put in a different place. So this drawer's mainly those sorts of things. I have the lighter I use for my candles in here, and you can see it's created, because the drawer is unlined, it's created some ash marks at the bottom that I can't clean off. I've tried and it doesn't come off. And then this drawer, this is actually my lap desk that I use at night when I'm writing in my gratitude journal, that sort of thing. And in here I have just some pads of paper, post-it notes, pens and pencils, my gratitude journal, my dream journal, the probiotics I take every night, Advil, bookmarks, some random things, and lights, little book lights. So it's not terrible, but it could use some organization. I think the first drawer is a lot worse and really just needs a good thorough cleaning out. All I've done to prepare for this little project is to bring over a tray to put things on, because I don't think I have enough room on top of my bedside table to stack lots of things, and I wanted an easy way to remove things that I either need to toss or put somewhere else. So this is just a tray I usually keep on the ottoman in this room, and I'm just going to use that. A damp sponge. I don't clean any of my wood furniture with anything but a damp cloth or sponge. Sometimes a little distilled vinegar, it depends. But the inside of the drawers I'm just going to wipe out with a damp sponge. I also brought over some drawer lining papers that I just had on hand to see if I want to line the drawers. And then I have drawer organizers. So I actually have a bunch on hand at any given time, and I keep these in a different part of my house in a bin because I do tend to change my drawer organization in my office, my kitchen, where my bathroom, whatever. You know, like once a year or every other year or so. I like to have kind of a backup of them, and when they go on sale, which they do at some points, you'll see some of them even have clearance stickers on them. I'll just stock up on some of my favorites. So I have different sizes at any given time. For this particular project, I actually went and bought some that I didn't have on hand. These are the wider ones, and I got all of these from the Container Store, and they're by Interdesign, and they're drawer organizers, exclamation point. So I got one of these 6 by 15 inch, and then one 6 by 12, and two 6 by 9. So those are the only things that I bought for this little project because I thought these would fit my journals better. I'm going to start by pulling everything out of the drawers, and I figured I'd start with this drawer first because it's a little neater, and there's less that I think. I basically want to keep everything that's in this drawer, except for these kind of random manuals and things which belong somewhere else. So I actually have a place where I keep all my manuals downstairs, so I'm going to bring these downstairs. But I'm just going to pull everything out and then wipe out the drawer. Well, that took like less than a minute, as you can see. And it's not that dirty in there, so I'm just going to give it a quick wipe with my damp sponge. If there was a lot of debris in here, or, you know, little pieces of things, I would use a vacuum to clean them up, but there's not. So there's really just a little surface clean here. And so I'm going to leave that open and then work on my other drawer while that dries. Now this drawer, I can already tell a lot of it are things that I really ought to put somewhere else or toss. And a lot of the things that I need to toss are lotions and muscle gels that have either expired or dried up or just really old. Lotions do not last forever, and I know I'm never going to use them again. I don't like tossing things, but it's okay, you know, if I'm never going to use them and I can't give them to somebody, then that's what has to happen. So I'm going to pull everything out of this drawer and then clean it in the same way. Now that's all done, I'm going to wipe it out. Like I said, I already tried cleaning the soot off and to no avail. So there it is. It doesn't seem to be getting on anything, so I'm not worried about it, but it's like pretty much ingrained in the wood now. Now on the tray I have all of the items that I'm not going to be keeping any longer on this drawer, except for this. That I am keeping. The things from here over actually ought to be tossed. The things from here over I have to be put in a different place. This is a candle I have a home for. These need to go in my bathroom closet where I have extra things. They're actually just little keys that you use to roll up tubes of lotion. And then I have two lotions that are body lotions that I would use in the spring after my baths. So I'm going to put them in my collection of extra lotions. Now the drawer has had a chance to dry, so I want to try out some different arrangements to see how I want to organize this drawer. Like I said, I had specifically purchased these two 6 by 12 inch bins, no, 6 by 9 inch bins to house my journals and pads of paper. So I know I want to put those in there. I need to make them fit somehow. I'm not sure how yet, but I know I want them to fit in there. The other thing I want to fit in here is little compartments to separate my probiotic supplements and Advil from my other items. So I was kind of thinking that these square containers might be nice for that. So let's see. I have to put the shorter containers in the front so they don't get lost in the back of the drawer, because there is some space, maybe about 4 inches, that the drawer doesn't open that far out. Now, the way that the drawers are in terms of dimensions, I can't perfectly fit another, 6-inch divider in there, or even 2 of the smaller ones. They just won't fit. So I can really only use, you can see it's just too squished, so I can really only use these thin ones and then nothing else at the end. But what I was thinking is I'd really like my muscle track to have a home, but it doesn't fit in any of the drawer dividers, not even this big one. You can see I could fit it in maybe horizontally, but then it would take up the whole thing, and that wouldn't be a very good use of space. So I'm thinking that it can live in the corner, in the side of this drawer. It pops up a bit on one end, but it still closes. And what's kind of nice about that is it's really easy to pull it out when I want to use this. And by the way, if you're curious, this is by Muscle Track, and it is a rolling pin sort of device I use to roll out my leg muscles because of my running training. So I'm thinking that's the perfect place for that. And I'm thinking what else I want to store in here is my bookmarks and my pens, and these smaller, more narrow containers, 3x6 and 3x9, would fit perfectly. I have to wedge this one in just a little bit, I think, yep. But everything fits really nicely in that way, and everything will have a nice home. So now I'm going to fill everything in and see how it fits before I take the tags off or anything like that. Well, that fits pretty perfectly, so I'm pretty sure that drawer's set. But before I take the tags off, I want to make sure I get the top drawer organized as I want and have everything in the bedside table. Now that I've removed about half of what I had in here before to either be tossed or given a new home, I have much less to organize in this drawer. I know I want to use these wider, bigger compartments that I bought for the drawers. This one doesn't fit this way, unfortunately. It just doesn't fit, and I don't want to push it and risk ruining my furniture. So I'm going to put it in sideways, and the things that I want to go in the back are the things that I don't use quite as often. So my little lamb eye mask, and my emergency flashlight, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lighter back there as well. Now, for a side note, I decided not to line the drawers because I was thinking about it, and it's sort of a waste since nothing I'm putting in the drawers is actually touching the bottom of the drawer except for my Muscle Track muscle roller, which doesn't really do anything bad to the bottom of the drawer. So it seemed like a waste of the use of that paper to put anything in. I also want to use this. I kind of think that this will be perfect for my lotions, my nighttime lotions that I use every night before bed. I have foot lotion, and I have hand lotion, and then I have some cuticle lemony butter and a backup lemony flutter, which I'm actually going to put to the side in that other one. And a different cuticle cream I use in the event that I run out of my Dior one. So those are sort of backups, so I'll put them in the back. And I also have some lip products that I use and a file. Now, there's not a whole lot in there, but I'm kind of thinking of switching up my hand lotion after I finish this. It's almost gone, and I wanted a space where I could put this size hand lotion in right next to it, and that will work out perfectly. Now I have room for one small-sized compartment, so I'm going to put that in there. And this little bag, actually, I have some special stones in that I picked up over the years that have different, sayings on them, things that are peaceful or soothing for meditation, that sort of thing, that I keep in a special pouch. So I'm going to put those over there. And lastly, I have a cuticle oil I use only sometimes, but I'm going to put that in there as well. And that's everything that I want for this drawer and the other one, and I'm pretty pleased with the organization. And I have room in the side here if I ever wanted to store something else. I'm not sure, but this is all I need to store in here at the moment, so I'm happy with the organization as it is. It doesn't use the space of the drawer as efficiently as I want it to. There's about 2 inches on 2 of the 4 sides of the drawers that are sort of dead space right now. But since there's nothing else that I need to put in this drawer right now, it makes sense for me. There might be a time when I want to change this up. I have all of those drawer organizers, and I can play with the organization of the drawer in the future for storing different size things. Even with the new organization system, I can still fit my lap desk right on top, and the drawer closes with ease. Simple. I mean, it's just 2 little drawers. The whole project probably took me about 30 minutes. I did not spend a lot of money. I bought a few drawer organizers that I wanted in particular, but most I had on hand. I have kind of a large selection of my favorite drawer organizers. These are by They're drawer organizers, ! And I buy them at the Container Store, and they're from Interdesign. These do go on sale occasionally, and I'm trying to remember what sale it is at the Container Store that when these do go on sale, but I feel like it's in the spring. Maybe the Get Organized sale? I'm not exactly sure. But I stocked up a whole bunch last year during that sale because they were reduced. And you guys can tell I like organizing things, and I tend to change up our drawer organization in our kitchen and our bathroom every couple of years. So to me, it was worth the investment to have the different drawer organizers in my stash, even if I'm not using them at the moment, because I tend to reach for them frequently enough, and they're really nice quality. I love that they have these sort of, they're not really rubber, I guess they're kind of a rubber feet, so they don't slide a lot. I love that they're clear. It makes it less, I don't know, I feel like it makes it easier to see the things in them even though they're open. I don't know why, but it just does. And they don't move around in your drawer. I don't feel like I have to put down anything. They don't go sliding around the drawer even if they're not packed perfectly tight into a drawer. So I really love these. I have been living with the drawer organization in my bedside table now for a few days, and I really have been enjoying it, noticing an immediate difference. It's so easy to find my pads of paper, find my pens. I mean, I didn't have huge amount of stuff in that, especially in that second drawer, but having the things all kind of jumbled together it just makes it more challenging to find things, and it's not neat, and I like things neat. So I'm happy that I took the time to do this little project. It really got me back in the mood for organization. I'm so excited to take on some big projects. I know I'll be filming for them. It might be a little while before they're up because we're traveling yet again, but this really got me back in the mood, and I'm so excited when we get back from vacation. I'm jumping head first into a project I've been wanting to finish for years, and I'm really, really excited. I'm dedicating basically all of March to it, and I'm gonna get it done. But you guys will see that when it comes up. Anyway, it might be a little bit before I get back. I'm taking a small vacation hiatus, but I will be back with a big project. I can't wait to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini project. Try it out if you're feeling overwhelmed by organizing something, especially if you have kind of a big project in mind. Start small. I mean, even if you're going to start working on that big project, I always recommend starting small, starting with a small part of the project. I like breaking things up in chunks. It seems less overwhelming, sort of designated certain time periods for, okay, well, I'm going to work on this shelf today and that shelf tomorrow. So instead of trying to do it all maybe in a couple of days, you spread it out over the course of the week and kind of work it into whatever your time schedule is, whatever amount of time you have to work on something. Or you can dedicate full days to a project. But I find when I'm needing a little bit of organizational motivation that tackling these kind of mini projects in high traffic areas really, really gets the ball rolling. So if you decide to do a mini project like this, to organize something, a drawer, your purse, whatever, I would love, love, love to hear about it in the comments, or even better, if you tweeted me before and after pictures, that would rock. I was thinking maybe it would be cool if you guys were interested to do a blog post where I share some of your before and after projects with any, like coordinating with any recent sort of thing that I've posted on Organized Like Jen. So for instance, for this one, it'd be like if you organized your bedside table drawers or like a smaller area, then I could make a blog post kind of tying it all in and showing off your guys's projects as well. If you're interested, of course, I'm not going to share anything that I don't have express permission from the, from you guys for. So it was just a thought. Let me know in the comments below if that sounds interesting. Just tweet me things if you want. And even if you don't, I won't share them unless you'll hear from me before I share anything from any of you guys on the internet in terms of like pictures or anything like that. So you can definitely share. Don't feel like you have to be nervous that it's going to be like shared with the world. Yeah. My Twitter's below. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully, with some new fun stuff. Okay. Happy organizing, you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.